Hi friends, Miss Patty here at the Lincoln Public Library. It is Storytime Day. Glad you have joined us, and I think you're going to find this story today very interesting. And I hope you are enjoying this holiday season. There's lots to be celebrated these days. There are many special occasions happening, and today we're reading a story which is a Christmas story. You may want to go to our choice board this week, which has many different Christmas stories as well as other holiday stories, crafts, and activities that will help you learn about other holidays as well. So check that out. There are different stories and articles and games and puzzles for many different holidays there, including Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's, which is coming up, and you may even be celebrating the start of winter. Some people really like that season, or you might be celebrating your school vacation. So those are some other occasions that are happening these days. But be sure to check out the choice board because there's plenty to do there, and it's a great little learning tool. So, getting back to our story, it is called Olive, the Other Reindeer, and it is written by J. Otto Seinbold and Vivian Walsh, and illustrated by J. Otto Seinbold. And I'm reading it today with permission from Chronicle Books. Olive, the Other Reindeer. Every day, Olive took her daily dog walk. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. Today was a winter day. It was the holidays. There was music playing outdoors. People were singing along. Olive, the other reindeer. Olive was too shy to sing. She hummed. Here she is. Looks like she's standing outside a store that has a beautiful holiday display. Back at her doghouse, Olive was wrapping presents and listening to the radio. She heard that same song again. Olive, the other reindeer, went the song. I love the other reindeer, Olive sang along. I love the other reindeer, said Olive. I thought I was a dog. I must be a reindeer. It was the time of year when all reindeer reported to the North Pole to help Santa Claus. Olive put down her scissors carefully and marched out the door. There she is, listening to that song. Olive, the other reindeer. She took one bus and then two buses. Look, Polar Express. She got there just in time. Santa was checking his list for the second time. Elves were busy helping the reindeer and loading the sleigh with presents for all the good girls and boys. Everyone was getting ready to go. Olive took her place. Santa noticed that there was a little dog in the lineup. Santa knew a lot about dogs. For instance, they can't fly. But as it was time to go, he decided to give Olive a chance. Comet, the biggest reindeer, used a piece of extra ribbon to make sure Olive was tied in safe and tight. Now they were ready to go. Tying her up so that she's safe. Olive was surprised when it was so easy to fly. The other reindeer were very curious about the new helper. They looked at Olive so much they weren't watching where they were going. Uh-oh. Crash! They flew smack into the top of a too tall tree. Oh dear, said Santa, my sleigh is stuck in this tree. I'll have to cut it free. Olive clung to the side of the tree. She tried to fly up to help Santa, but she could not. She climbed up slowly and started chewing. Chewing sticks was something Olive could do well. Thank you, Olive, said Santa Claus as they got back on their way. They had not traveled far when Olive's nose began to twitch. Olive smelled trouble. It was the smell of gumdrop candies as they fell from the sleigh. Look at them coming down. Uh-oh. Drop, 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 Olive barked, and Santa knew what to do. He steered the reindeer down and around so that all the gumdrops fell plop, plop, plop back into the toy sack. Look at that. We were very lucky not to lose a single gumdrop, thought Olive. Then she heard a strange sound. It was the musical note. Eee! She spun around on her string to see the night sky filled with falling flutes. Olive had to howl louder than the wind instruments. This was not music to Santa's ears. There were the flutes making that ee sound. First gumdrops, now flutes, thought Santa. That tree must have torn a hole in my sled. Prepare for an emergency landing, Santa instructed. The sleigh landed in a snowy field full of flutes. Luckily, Olive was very good at fetching sticks. It is something dogs love to do. Before Santa had finished patching the hole in the sleigh, Olive had returned each and every flute back to the sack. Ho, 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 said Santa. We're ready to go. There are all the flutes back in the sack. Thanks to Olive. They were running late, but after a while, all the good children received their presents, and Santa and his team headed home. Here they go on the trip back. They were almost home when they got caught by the dreaded North Pole fog. The reindeer slowed down until it was only the breeze that moved them along. The fog was as thick as a pillow. It made everyone feel sleepy. Then Santa remembered something about dogs. They are expert smellers. Olive, I'd hate to be late for breakfast this year, he said. Mrs. Claus has planned a parade of cookies. You can almost smell them, can't you? Olive could smell the cookies. Olive, won't you guide my sleigh this morning? Asked Santa. Olive moved to the front of the reindeer. She can smell them. Thanks to Olive's nose and Mrs. Claus's baking, they made it all the way back to the North Pole. All the elves sang out a cheer. Hooray, hooray! Santa and the reindeer and the little doggy are back. Back to the North Pole, it was a glorious morning. After eating lots of good food, it was time to open presents. The reindeer got jump ropes, and the elves got toy trains. Santa reached into his toy sack. There was just one present left. It was for Olive. It was her very own set of reindeer antlers. Then, let's see, the reindeer got jump ropes, like we said, and she got antlers. How about that? They fit perfectly. Then everyone went outside to play reindeer games. The end. So, even though Olive wasn't a reindeer, she helped out a lot because as a dog, she had some really good skills, especially that nose, getting them back. We know of another reindeer that has a special nose, don't we? Some of you might. Think about it. So that's the story of Olive, the other reindeer. I hope you liked it. Now, before we go, I want to do our letter of the week, and it happens to be S for Santa. So, your job this week is to look around and listen for words that begin with the letter S. And if you hear or see any, let someone know. That's our letter of the week. Now I'm going to describe to you what's in my box. Everything starts with the letter S. So if you know what it is, call it out. Oh, this is something we use in the winter. You might use it to slide down a snowy hill. If you said sled, you're correct. And this is something that comes out in the sky, and it might melt the snow because it's warm. Nice and bright too. It is the sun. Yes, begins with the letter S. Oh, if you ever eat a popsicle, you might find one of these inside. Stick begins with the letter S. And you might ride one of these. Olive rode one of these in our story when she was heading to the North Pole. This one happens to be a school bus. Olive rode a bus, but school bus begins with S. School begins with S. Oh, and here's something we might see out in the fall, made out of hay, out in the field to keep the crows away. A scarecrow begins with the letter S. Something we might find on the ground, a small rock, is called a stone, begins with the letter S. And something we might put in the ground, and we bury it, and up comes plants, vegetables, fruits, flowers. They all start with seeds, begins with the letter S. And that's our letter of the week. I hope you had fun today. Remember, go to the choice board because there are lots of activities there that you can do. They all have to do with different holidays. So if you have an interest in holidays, you can learn about all different ones. And I hope you have a very happy holiday season. Bye-bye now. I'll see you next time.